What up, everybody? I'm your host, JP. This is my co-host, Josh.
Hey, everyone.
And welcome back to another episode of the FilmBros podcast. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. We got some big things that were announced today. We got big moves from Warner Brothers Discovery, Zaslav, a lot of DC. It's just a big explosion today and the past couple days.
Wait, but before we get into the news, let's hear a word from our sponsor.
Today's episode is sponsored by ZippyStream. If you are wondering how we make money to run our podcast, it's all because of this innovative platform. Here at FilmBros Podcast, we absolutely love using ZippyStream. It's the easiest way to convert listeners into an email list, but best of all, they find us sponsorship so we can keep making money doing what we love.
Suppose you're also a podcaster thinking about starting one. ZippyStream will help you find and manage a relationship with brands that are relevant to your audience. If you want to learn more, contact us as soon as possible. Everyone that signs up this month will get to claim £10 as a joining bonus, which is around $12 or something like that.
Just reach out to us by email or social media DMs, and I'll put you in touch with the guys at ZippyStream right away. Now back to the pod. So at the time of recording this is happening after the WBD live stream that happened. They gave out a lot of news, things that are going to be happening, at least with Discovery and HBO Max. Now, there's been some rumors out there, and we've talked about it before in the past episodes, Josh, that that Discovery might be in talks to sell Warner Brothers to NBC Universal, maybe sometime in 2024, 2025. But it's kind of weird because they're making a big commitment. They're basically marrying their two apps. You got HBO Max and you got Discovery Plus. They're basically going to merge them together, and we're getting a new product called Just Max. And they put a little thing. If you guys can look on their official Twitter, it's going to be launching May 23rd. Lots of things are going to be launching with the launch of this new app. Is basically them merging everything. They're going to have the little hubs. Discovery Plus is going to have its little hub. Before we go into what's going to be on this app on Warner Brothers Discovery's Max, before we dive into all that, one thing's for sure, it looks like a merger with Warner Brothers and Universal seems a little bit more unlikely. I don't know. It seems like they put a ring on it, and the divorce papers are going to be extremely hard to untangle once, if they ever wanted to, sell off to Universal.
Well, yeah. I mean, we talked about that too. The plan, I don't think they were ever going to sell like that. I think the plan is just to get it on its feet right now and then worry about selling. But yeah, this is them kind of just making that commitment to hold off for a few years.
Yeah. Well, we got big news. So, and we also heard that, Zaslav told HBO Max, no more Max originals. We're not doing any more Max originals. That's just the way that it's going to go. Anything HBO related is going to stay under HBO. But now that Max is starting to roll out, they're calling them Max originals now. So we got a lot of Max originals that are going to be coming. I'm going to go down the line. There's a lot of trailers out there too. So if you guys want to see these trailers, go ahead and go on YouTube or go on their official Twitter. They're all there. So we got a casting from Welcome to Derry. They wound up announcing this during the live stream. I was tuned into that one. We got Taylor Page, Jovan Adipo, James Remar, and Chris Chalk going to be coming into the Welcome to Derry series. He looks scary. This guy right here, he looks kind of scary. I don't know why. We also heard, too, that from the live stream that Bill Skarsgård will be returning as it in the Welcome to Derry prequel series.
Oh, well, there you go.
So I know we were talking about it, I believe last week or a couple episodes ago, that he was uncertain, but the producer said that he was on there. Maybe the talks finally came in sync and they decided to, hey, we got this. We're gonna make it happen because we're gonna need you for that big Max rollout.
Basically, yeah. I mean, he was a good Pennywise, and I know what we were saying last time, but I mean, it's cool that he's coming back. It wasn't a big deal if he wasn't gonna.
No, yeah, no trailer yet for that one. Just an announcement from the people over there at Max saying that it's gonna be coming out. It will be premiering in 2024, so next year. They're gonna be putting some gas into this one. Shaun White's getting his own series as well. Robert Downey Jr. is getting his own series as well called Downey's Dream Cars. I'm sure it's going to just look around his own cars. We also got Smart Less on the Road. Not sure what that's about, but there's a trailer out there if you guys want to see it. Fixer Upper Hotel. We found out Shazam Fury of the Gods will be premiering the day the app launches on May 23rd. So if you guys haven't seen Shazam 2 Fury of the Gods and you guys don't want to pay money for video on demand and you don't want to go to the movie theaters, it will be streaming on Max. Same prices as well, if I didn't let you guys know that as well. It's going to be the same price points. It's going to be ad-free is going to be $10. The middle tier is about $15, and then the premium's like $20. So it's gonna be kind of the same as Netflix in a way. But in my opinion, I feel like HBO has a little bit more quality in their shows.
So it's just Max, but is HBO still tied to them?
Yes, HBO is gonna still be in there. It's basically gonna be the HBO Max app. It's just gonna be called Max from here on out, and you know how they already have the hubs where it's like HBO, HBO Originals, stuff like that. Discovery's gonna have his own hub, DC's gonna have his own hub, stuff like that. So it's gonna be the same thing. They're just making sure that they can Discovery Plus can be thrown to the side and they can put it right in there. Okay. We also got Love and Translation. There's a trailer for that one as well. Survivor on the Raft. This is gonna be on the Discovery hub. That's gonna be one of theirs. Lost Woman on Highway 12, also on the Discovery Hub. Barbie Dreamhouse Challenge, also on the Discovery Hub. They're putting a lot of their things. We're also getting a brand new Rick and Morty anime.
Awesome.
It says right here, same faces, different places. Gonna be streaming on Max. No release date yet, but apparently we're getting a Rick and Morty anime.
Nice.
Yes.
That's probably to stray away from the current creator, but nice.
We got a new Looney Tunes, Tiny Toons Looney University. Sounds like what I grew up with, which was the Baby Tunes or something like that. I believe it was when Bugs Bunny were kids, and they were all playing in that one little house. Yeah. It's coming back. I'm sure the kids are gonna love it. Peter and the Wolf coming to Max as well. We also got a Gremlins animated series coming the same day the app launches on May 23rd. So I'm pretty sure they didn't put all these on the back burner because there's a couple of them that were reported to be rumored to be happening, but supposedly got shelved when Zaslav wound up taking over Warner Brothers. And it doesn't seem like it got shelved. It just seemed like they pushed it back so when Max launches, they have a bunch of content to launch with Max. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So
we also got Night Country, The Regime, gonna be dropping in 2024 with Kate Winslet in it. The Sympathizer. This one's gonna be with Robert Downey Jr. playing like about 4 different characters. We'll probably watch a trailer for that later on. Oh yeah, this is one of his looks that he's gonna have in the series. Mm-hmm. We also got a new Game of Thrones spinoff. If you guys are excited about that, J.R.R. Martin will be executive producing this one, and he's actually talked about it and says it's very good. Now, this next one that we're going to talk about, and this is kind of the last one up until the very end, we also got a Penguin trailer that we'll be reacting to later on in this episode. But one thing's for sure that we reported on a while ago, saying that it was rumors, speculation. Yeah. We have no idea if it's going to happen. Yeah. It's happening. We're getting a Harry Potter reboot series coming straight to Max. They said it's going to be a decade-long story. Every single season is going to take up at least one of the books. They're going to be recasting. Whoever is going to be put in those shoes is going to have some huge shoes to fill. But we did get this neat little video I wanted to show you.
Interesting.
I'm just saying they didn't even bother to change the logo. They should have at least tried to change the logo a little bit. We got what they said in the presentation was the stories of each of Rowling's Harry Potter books will become a decade-long series produced with the same epic craft, love, and care this global franchise is known for. The series will feature a new cast to lead, a new generation of fandom full of fantastic detail, much-loved characters, and dramatic locations that Harry Potter fans have loved for over 25 years. Each season will be authentic to the original books and bring Harry Potter and these incredible adventures to the new audiences around the world, while the original classic and beloved films will remain at the core of the franchise and available to watch globally.
Oh, man.
J.K. Rowling will be an executive producer on this, and they're also bringing back, I believe they said, one of the producers that worked on all the films as well. He will be also coming back to ensure that everything is sticking to the book, and they're gonna really expand on it. How they said in this little paragraph synopsis on what this show is gonna be about. They're gonna try to go into greater detail, show a little bit more. Like I said, the only thing is big shoes to fill. Big shoes to fill, man.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. I don't know how to feel, man. I don't know how to feel. It sounds tough. Good luck to those people, because so many great performances in those movies.
Yeah, it's gonna be insane. Now, will this show take a dip because J.K. Rowling is executive producing?
Probably not. I don't think so. I changed my mind.
I was gonna say when Hogwarts Legacy was coming out, everybody was like, "If you buy this game, you're a homophobe or whatever, or you're transphobic or whatever." That game wound up making big numbers to the point where they were selling in the billions in the first week. So I mean,
yeah, no,
it'll stop some people, but not everybody.
Yeah,
and then some people are gonna want to watch it just to be like, "Well, fuck you guys," you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna watch it anyways.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because Hogwarts Legacy was a big ass hit, and I know you had those people that were like you said, make you transphobic and stuff. But some people just want to watch Harry Potter and not worry about the politics behind it all. So, yeah. I mean, that's how I feel. Like every time I decide to rewatch them, I'm just like, oh man. I acknowledge she's a piece of shit, and then I'm like, all right, time to get into the movies.
Before you start the movie, J.K. Rowling's a piece of shit. Now let's go.
Yeah,
some wizardy magic.
Yeah, because this is really cool stuff, and I'm not gonna let the creator basically be like, all right. I'm not gonna let it dictate what I watch, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. So, excuse me, needed to drink a little bit of water. So one thing that got asked was that question during the event. Casey Bloys was asked basically the question: how is this show going to do with the controversy of Rowling's repeated remarks about the transgender community? And she basically says, our priority is what's on screen. She says, Max's commitment to preserving the integrity of the books is important to everyone. I'm looking forward to being part of this new adaptation, which will allow for a degree of depth and detail only afforded by a long form of television series. And that's J.K. Rowling right there. She says, we are delighted to give audiences the opportunity to discover Hogwarts in a whole new way. Saying that it's a cultural phenomenon, that they promise to be authentic, and so on and so forth. Basically hyping up the show. Like I said, sounds great. If you would have told me, if I was in the boardroom and you came up to me and said, "Hey, Harry Potter reboot," I'd have been like, "Look, it's kind of too soon." I would have said it to them myself. I would have said, "Hey, it's kind of too soon." Now, they would have thrown television series, I would have been like, well, maybe we can wait a few more years and maybe do that. You know what I mean? When was the last one that came out? The Deathly Hollows. That one came out in like what, 2015, 2014?
Around there.
Right? Am I
yeah.
am I tripping? Let me just double check real quick.
I don't know.
Let me get my facts straight before I tell you guys. But I mean, it has to be too soon, right?
Yeah, not even. If the last one did come out around there, then it's probably the series is.
It came out in 2011.
Oh, see, well, maybe we are overdue for a reboot. It's been almost 10 years.
Oh, it's been over 10 years. It's been 12 years now.
Yeah, maybe we are in time for a reboot, but those movies still hold up. That's what I mean. Like, they don't look too dated. You know, they kind of hold up.
Yeah, 12 years is kind of a short amount of time, but then again, they are going to go a little bit more. I guess this one is going to have to be we got to see who they're putting in as the cast, right? And this cast has to like really wow, because like I said, it's going to be hard to not see Radcliffe and the gang back as Harry Potter, Hermione, Ron, you know what I mean? It's going to be very hard, and I think that's going to be the obstacle that they're going to have to hurdle.
Yeah. They're going to have to get these people who basically played them since they were children and have them grow into that role, which with the TV show is a little harder because people age fast. At least with the Harry Potter movies, at one every few years, it made sense because he was like, well, he had to be 14 and this and that and whatnot when the Goblet of Fire, and you know, as they grow older. So you're just like, well, yeah, it's going to be tough shoes to fill.
It's going to be interesting. So Max is going to be rolling out May 23rd. We're getting a bunch of shows on there. A bunch of shows that we thought was canceled but actually just got pushed back in order to make way for this new app. So if you guys have HBO Max, that's going to deteriorate. Discovery Plus, that's going to deteriorate. Everything's going to be under this one singular app.
Max.
And I mean, Shazam 2 Fury of the Gods is going to be there open day if you guys want to get it. I mean, that's up to you guys. I really need to stop promoting this movie on this pod, man. But yeah, Harry Potter. A lot of good things coming from Max. Like I said, if you guys want to check out all the trailers, go ahead and look at their Twitter. If there's we haven't seen any of them. The only ones that we're probably going to do is probably that Penguin trailer that dropped because it's DC. But if there's any other ones that you guys want us to review, want us to look at, check out, want to hear our thoughts, want to have a conversation about it, let us know. We'll let you guys know where to let us know at the end of this episode. If you guys don't know, go listen to one of our other episodes. It's there as well. And yeah, we want to make the conversation. But moving on. Last week as well, or maybe last episode, we were talking about a couple question marks when it came to Deadpool 3, and that was whether if Vanessa was coming back, and another thing was if Colossus was coming back, and we got word that both of them came through. Now, we were saying that Vanessa Morena Baccarin was saying that she was in talks that one time when she got asked in the interview, so she was watching what she was saying. Apparently that worked out in her favor because they immediately signed her to a deal. And now that we're hearing that Colossus is also coming back for this third installment, is he going to be the main Colossus for the MCU? That's going to be something for me.
A Russian Colossus, yeah, that sounds dope. I want that. Because Colossus in the X-Men movies were dope. But for some reason, Deadpool decided to nail it for some reason.
Yeah, because he's usually Russian, right?
He's Russian. He's meant to be Russian. He's meant to be big, and you know, compared to the one we got in the X-Men movies, he was a small man, and he wasn't Russian. He was very American.
But he was very ripped. I liked him. Okay. I liked him as Colossus. I think more of a comic accurate has to be Deadpool 3, Deadpool 2 than ones. Yeah. But yeah, having them both back, like I said, I mean, we talked about this in the last episode, so. Maybe not too much in depth for Vanessa because, I mean, we already said there's really no point to bring her back. Why she's coming back? Unless they are going to canonize whatever he did going back in time and doing whatever he did. But other than that, Vanessa coming back was really... If she didn't come back, it wasn't going to hurt the film for me.
Basically, yeah.
If she came back, cool. You know, maybe yay, we get to see her, whatever,
Yay,
flashback.
Vanessa.
But Colossus coming back,
That's a W.
yeah, that is a big W. I loved them in the first one, loved them in the second one. That fight scene with him and Juggernaut and Deadpool 2, I can't wait to see where Marvel takes these guys.
Honestly, yeah.
If they continue
If they
with
get
them.
dragged into the MCU stuff,
Yeah.
that'd be nice. Good stuff.
Very good. Good thing that got resolved because, like I said, I mean, in a way, like I said, Vanessa, who cares? But Colossus, big W, big W. So if you guys are looking forward to seeing them, they're coming out in Deadpool 3. I know Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman have been on the internet basically promoting and talking about it, posting pictures, doing their little humor banter. So the wheels is turning for that movie. Moving on to something that honestly really isn't turning, not really getting a lot of people's attention, which is crazy, is Mandalorian. The Mandalorian. Coming from the Wrap, that's where we're getting this source from, is that the Mandalorian is at an all-time low. Worst audience demand since launch. We have a graph and numbers from Samba TV and a couple other places. So season 1's demand was at a 99%. Season 2 kind of dropped in demand, but it had a steady average, so you can't really, I guess it was like a give and take kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where season 1 was a high demand, but it was very fluctuated until the whole series in all its, I guess you could say the Netflix binge model was to blame. Because you know how Disney Plus likes to chop them up and put them up weekly?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what hurt the first season. So it kind of balanced out in the second season. Now, season 3 is not doing so good. It's at a 68%. It dropped 2 points. Comparison to a 99% from season 1, it's steadily dropping. The lowest we've got from watch is from the Bad Batch season 1 and 2, which is like at a 20 and a 16. So, I mean, The Mandalorian has had about 6 episodes, right? Or 5 episodes out now at the time of recording. What's last night's episode?
Today's Wednesday. It would be 6?
6 episodes, right?
Yeah.
Haven't got into the new one. I gotta say, I'm one of the people that's losing interest in it, and it sucks because I am a Star Wars fan. I was racking my brain about this, right? I was reading this report, and I was like, man, what could it be? What could it be that is making people not interested? I was thinking, is it because of the wait time between seasons? Maybe people got disinterested. Maybe the whole jumping from Boba Fett back to Mandalorian, that could have been a thing too. Maybe it could have reached this peak culmination in season 2, and for him to just get Grogu back, you know what I mean? Because at the end of season 2, he lets him go, and he just immediately gets him back. That could be an issue. It feels like there's no resolution. I'm gonna give you what I think, and I want to hear what you think the problem is.
Okay.
I think it's 2 things. One, it's where it never really hurt the first 2 seasons, because I think all the seasons were doing this, is that every episode is basically a side mission, and it just basically builds the overall story that's happening, right? With these side missions, they did it with season 1, they did it with season 2, and it worked. It worked good. Now in season 3, it feels like there is no overall story. And if there is, it feels like it's going by real slow. And these side missions kind of seem pointless. And a lot of them can be dealt with a lot quicker. And it's a bunch of, like, in my opinion, task-orientated episodes where, like, you just see them going there or coming back a lot. And that's a problem. The second thing that I think is an issue, too, is the whole fact that I thought season 2 ended really well. I thought it left a nice bow on top, and I thought they were going to, deal with his grief in season 3, you know what I mean? Like, missing him, and maybe by the end of the season they reunite, right? I feel like they gave Grogu back too soon, and seeing them do a bunch of pointless stuff, and seeing Bo-Katan yet again having to deal with her losing Mandalore and her respect and trying to get back up there because she did it in the Clone Wars, okay? She did it in Rebels, and here she is again doing it in live action, which is, you know, maybe good for some people who haven't seen it in at all before, but in live action for the third time, I'm good.
Look, that was okay. I know you wanted, but that was my big thing with Bo-Katan. Like, everyone loves her all of a sudden, but they don't have the context of what she did during the Clone Wars.
Exactly.
She fucking sucks. like yes, the actress is hot. I can admit that. I find her very attractive. Her walk is fucking, it's good shit. But she hasn't been for me. That's not enough. You know what I mean? She can look hot all she wants.
Yeah.
Her character hasn't been forgiven for shit. All she does now is I want to retake Mandalore because it's my bloodline and whatnot. But okay, you were fine trying to take it from your sister in the Clone Wars and whatnot. You know what I mean? Kind of indirectly causing her death. Because you know, Maul and whatnot. That's too much lore for you guys.
Yeah.
So I guess that leads into my point then. It's the lore. It's too lore heavy. I think casual fans are kind of like, well, I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know much about this Darksaber other than that you need to win it in combat and this and that. And then, what do you call it? How it's also setting up more toward the sequels. I think it's just too much lore for people to handle. They don't want to have to be like, oh, I don't want to go watch this cartoon. I just want to watch Mandalorian. And watch him do bounty hunter stuff with Baby Grogu and whatnot. I think that's probably it.
That could be it too, and you're saying for casual fans, but I'm not a casual fan, and I'm watching it, and the lore is there, yeah, but at the same time, it's the same repeated thing over and over, and then you have these lackluster episodes that aren't really helping anything, right? Like there was a couple where there was a fight that like. Don't get me wrong, it was cool, the fight scene when Pedro goes to her and, you know, they're bombing her palace and everything, but why'd they do that? Did they even explain to you why? Did they even tell anybody why they bombed it? They were just like, hey, we're going to bomb your place just because we want to bomb your place. They never even said anything about it. And then we move and we fast forward, and it just seems like nothing is really building up this season. I'm thinking about it, and the only seeds that were planted was maybe the whole Moff Gideon thing that, you know, there might be some spies in the New Republic, which with that one girl, the cloning thing, and him escaping the ship, and the rest of that was just Mando trying to get his honor back, right? Which took 3 episodes, and then you got Bo-Katan, who all of a sudden got her honor back, but she wasn't really a part of them. But then in the Clone Wars, she was a part of them, and that's the reason why. It's just a big tangledom, and maybe that context is what's kind of ruining it for me too when it comes to Bo-Katan, because to me, did we just forget that she's just like this terrorist? She is technically. I thought it was gonna be like when she was gonna be in this season. I thought it was gonna be like a battle of who's gonna rule Mandalore while he's over here dealing with Grogu and the loss of him and stuff like that. And Bo-Katan is gonna be like, well, give me the Darksaber and stuff like that, because at the end of season 2, that's kind of where they left off, right?
Yeah.
And they just kind of threw that away, and she was just like, they all left me, and I've just been sitting on this throne ever since. It's like...
That's the thing. I think that's another thing, too, because, like you said, that's all in the lore, dude. That's, like, Bo-Katan was part of Death Watch. Her little group of, that she was with were probably part of that, too. The only dude that we know to survive is that Vizsla dude. The one that's kind of relative to Vizsla from the Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
So, for all the context, you need to know that, yeah, she is kind of a terrorist. For those of you that don't know, she's as bad as they come in terms of Star Wars characters. Her wanting to rule Mandalore is a nice little a thing for her, but it doesn't feel like she's earned that shit. All she's really complaining about is, I just want to do it. I want to do it because it was my bloodline that ran it. But I'm like, okay, but you were you took it from her, basically. You got your sister killed and whatnot.
Yeah.
People forgot that. People don't know that part.
People forget that she's the reason why it got blown up into smithereens too by the Empire.
Exactly.
Like that's That's what I'm saying, is that there's so much potential to, like, at least for Star Wars fans, yeah, at least for people that know the lore, that they could have done that little twist of fate and made her the bad guy. You know what I mean? Like, she was trying to, she's been doing this her whole life. She's just been, trying to go for her goal, and this made her a terrorist and made her all these things, and eventually gets put down by Mando or something. You know what I mean? Because she's been doing this since the Clone Wars. Listen, lady, if you couldn't do it then, you can't do it now. You tried in the Clone Wars, you tried in Rebels, you got it in Rebels, and then somehow lost all of Mandalore, and now look at you.
Yeah. See, so like
it's crazy.
It's all very lore heavy, and I think that's turning off the casual fan. Which, if it's turning off Star Wars fans, it has to be the lack of substance then.
Yeah,
I think like the story, because we know it's setting up the sequels and stuff this. It's not hard to tell that that's where they're going, not just the Mandalore stuff, but outside of that, we got the New Republic, Spies of the New Republic, and then
hearing that
setting up the sequels.
Yeah, and hearing that we're getting a movie from him as well, so he's setting up something. He's setting up something that's going to tie into the sequels and basically give it that jolt that it needs to make the sequels make sense, which is good. But, and this is what I meant when we were talking about this the other day when we were talking on the Star Wars episode during the Star Wars celebration, is that these movies are far out, right? And look at Mando's season, right? And look what's happening with them. And regardless if you liked Obi-Wan Kenobi, I'll tell you right now, it wasn't my favorite. I've said it in the other episode. It had its highs and its lows, and there was not much I could do about it. Same thing with Boba Fett. High highs, low lows. Did not really. It wasn't really that good either. Andor was perfect, but that's probably not a part of their universe. That's probably something completely different. Tony Gilroy made that on his side. So I mean, you can tell. And this is where it's going to be like, they need to watch out, because I told you before too, the fan base is already divided. We don't want to go and divide the fan base more. We don't want to be like, oh, the only people that can make good Star Wars TV is Tony Gilroy over there with Andor, you know what I mean? And look at Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, they're losing their touch. We don't need to do all that stuff. Like, it's a sad day when I have to be the Star Wars fan to report that Star Wars isn't doing too good. But I could tell you right now, I've been watching it too, and not a lot has been hitting. I couldn't even finish that Jack Black and Lizzo episode. I'm not even done with it. I want to see the new episode, but I just don't want to finish that one to go to the next one.
I hear this next one's really good.
Supposedly, it's supposed to be the game changer and what makes Mandalorian better, and but we're already on the second to last episode. We're going to only have 2 episodes of compelling drama and action, and that's it?
Yeah.
If
you gotta wait for season 4.
Yeah, like, this seems like the season was a waste.
A little bit, yeah. I don't know. They should have spent, like I said before, Grogu should have spent more time with Luke, and they should have been figuring out the Mandalore stuff.
Oh, you don't want to train here? You don't want to train here? You can go back. Go back. That's basically what he did. He was like, oh, I can't train you if your heart's not in it. You want to leave? And he was like, Grogu was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, good riddance. I don't know, man. Mandalorian season 3. Hopefully it gets better. We're on the last 2 episodes at the time of recording this. We got 2 more coming up. Or 1 more after this one, because we're already on episode 7, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
damn, it feels like it's been going by fast.
It has, because nobody's been watching it. It's crazy. But speaking of Filoni and the movies that he's going to be making, we were talking about this the other day, okay? And before I bring this up, we were talking about this the other day in the Star Wars Celebration one. If you guys haven't heard it, it's our Tuesday episode. Go back and listen to it. I predicted it pretty well. So, apparently, Lucasfilm is evaluating their options and trying to figure out the release order of these movies. And the first one that they're eyeing, apparently there's a slot that they have for December 2025. And they're eyeing to put Rey's Star Wars movie on the December 2025 date, and then following that, have Dave Filoni's movie come out next year in 2026. Though it's not confirmed, it is a rumor. They're trying to figure out how they're gonna, basically give Filoni enough time to write his stories that he's gonna be putting underneath this final movie, and then put the final movie out. And if they're smart and they're gonna put Rey's movie first, this is what I basically said, and I'm gonna kind of recap for you guys out there who haven't heard that episode, is that this movie will make or break Star Wars, in my opinion. They should have never brought her back, in my opinion. And that's, in my opinion, because of the fact that it divided the fandom so hard. Now, if they come back, they can't wait to leave her at the end, because if they leave her at the end, it's going to be kind of like, we'll watch these two, but we're still going to be skeptical of this last one. And if anything hiccups, that Rey's movie was going to take a big hit. If any of the two movies in front of it hiccuped, Rey's was going to take a big hit. Now that they put Rey's in front, like how you said, we're basically starved already. So people are going to go watch it. But if that one's bad, the other two movies are going to suffer. So Rey's movie needs to be A1. It has to be one of the best Star Wars movies that's put out from Disney, at least. I think they know what they're doing. I think they know what the fandom can do.
Yeah, they're mapping that motherfucker out. They're trying to get it right. Box office numbers will speak eventually, but shit, if the earliest we can get a Star Wars movie is December 25, then all right, I'm down for that.
Especially if it's Rey's.
Well, any Star Wars movie, to be fair. But yeah, I would like to see Rey.
So out of the three that are coming out, Mangold's, Filoni's, and Rey's, which one are you most excited for?
I'll do the Rey one.
The Rey one?
Oh yeah.
Well, we just went around in circles for you to say what I was saying in the beginning.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if it's any Star Wars one, yeah, I'd be fine with it. But if I had a preference, then yeah, Rey. I'd want to see her again. Yeah. It's been a long time.
Should be an even longer time, in my opinion. Like I said, it's 3 movies. James Mangold's not even being in the conversation kind of tells us what we're talking about 2, where
doing Swamp Thing.
Yeah, where it might be Swamp Thing first and then his movie.
There's some bullshit.
So his might not even come out till 27.
There's some bullshit.
Yeah, because you got to think it makes sense now. Because James Gunn said that he wanted his Swamp Thing to be out by like 25, 26. He'll be able to do that. And then, right after that movie comes out, if he's already working simultaneously with the Star Wars one, he can film it and have it out by 27 or 28. You know what I mean? This one, 25, Rey's movie coming out in December 25, and then Filoni's coming out in 2026. It kind of makes sense. The timeline makes sense.
Yeah.
Gives Mangold enough time. The only thing is that that's not a lot of time, in my opinion, to try to get this story straight. I hope, if anything hiccups, they push the movie back instead of trying to, like, rush production and do all that stuff to try to... Because, look, I'm telling you, this movie's going to make or break anything. This whole setup that they have. If they don't get it right, it's not going to go good. And word of mouth is a big thing.
I think they'll get it right, man. You got to have faith. I think they'll do it.
I'm trying to have faith, but I had faith in the sequel trilogy, and I don't know.
Man, shut up. Yeah. You just gotta take it, with everything else. And good or bad, it is what it is. I think we'll find out eventually. And as for Filoni's movie coming out second, it makes sense because you still have Mando's story to map out before you get there. You have Ahsoka coming out.
He said season 4 is supposed to happen too.
That's why. So season 4 sometime. I'm hoping sometime next year. Hope they're not giving us another 2-year hiatus. That'd be retarded.
For Ahsoka?
No, Mando season 4.
Yeah, that's one thing too. And that was, and I know we just got off the Mandalorian topic, but you just brought up a good point too. That was one thing too for me, because I know that Pedro Pascal basically just did voiceover work, and a stunt double was in his suit because while they were filming that one, they were filming The Last of Us, so he, obviously he couldn't be there in physical form. I kind of feel like that's something too. I feel like the mannerisms are off, if that makes sense. Like the way the walk is in season 1 and 2 when Pedro's in the suit is different than his walk in season 3. I don't know if you analyzed it that deep, but maybe it's because I knew that they were using a body double and not really Pedro's not really underneath that helmet most of the time. I don't even know if he's in there at all, period. I don't even know if we're even going to see his face throughout this whole season. But that could be another thing too. I think that's something subconsciously, because when you see somebody, right? Like if I know you, I know your mannerisms, I know how you act. If you act weird, I'm gonna be like, why are you acting weird? Are you good? Something wrong? You know what I mean? Like why? You know what I mean? And maybe that's something too subconsciously. People are kind of looking at it and it's like, this ain't the dude, is it?
Oh yeah, I guess I see what you mean. That's a little weird. I never noticed it before, but maybe I have to go back and check it out. I just meant more of like, I thought we were talking about the hiatus and stuff.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just thought about like,
I've never thought about it before.
I know why they did the hiatus was because they were trying to get Pedro to come back or whatever, but it got to the point where they were waiting too long and Pedro his plate was basically full. You know what I mean? I think he was doing Wonder Woman, and then right after that he got casted in a different project, which I think it was the Massive Talent one, and then right after that he got casted in The Last of Us. So he was a busy dude, and I feel like that was an issue.
Yeah, and they tried to save it with the Book of Boba Fett.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know. I hope they don't take another 2 years just to pump out another season, because that'd be kind of whack.
Yeah, and they shouldn't take that long. It shouldn't. I mean,
so.
if they're under contract, don't get me wrong. Good thing he was in The Last of Us and stuff like that in different movies. But like, if he's under contract, he needs to be. I would think you would have him front and center.
Exactly.
I understand he doesn't need to be there physically because he has a helmet, but like, for the most part, you gotta have your actor there.
Yeah, do what you gotta do.
Yeah. But yeah. So Mandalorian's viewership dropping, and Daisy Ridley's movie probably coming in 2025. I don't know if you guys are excited about that. I'm kind of skeptical about it. We're going to have to wait to see what happens. Like I said, they should have never brought her back, but that's just my opinion. I know that...
You keep saying that. Shut up, man.
I'm going to say it again.
No, just move on.
But yeah. We know that you wanted her back.
I did. For the longest.
Very good. I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
I'm not going to knock what you like.
Okay,
I'm not you.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, moving on. We also got word another trailer for The Flash is going to be coming out April 25th, about 2 weeks before CinemaCon happens, where they're going to be debuting the full film for the audience. A lot of people are saying that that's their way of showing like their confidence for this movie. That we're going to get another trailer. On top of that, they're going to be performing it at CinemaCon. I know we talked about it before that they were almost going to play it at the Cannes Festival. Mm-hmm. Almost. And that would have been crazy. Like, you watch something so tragic like some Romeo and Juliet stuff, and right after, next up, The Flash. You know what I mean? That would have been so out of pocket. Yeah. So CinemaCon is a good place to put it. They are showing some really, really like good effort and promotion for this movie. Like how you said, Warner Brothers has been struggling with that, and I feel like they saved all their money for The Flash. They're going to be putting it everywhere. This is where you're going to see him, like how you were saying the other day. You're going to see him on Coke cans. You're going to see him all over the damn place. They're going to be making sure that this movie's coming out. They even went ahead and put out a teaser trailer before the trailer that comes out on the 25th, and I'll show you right here.
You lost both parents in one day.
I could make it right if I could just go back and save them.
You could also destroy everything.
What did you do?
Want some help? The Flash.
Interesting.
Looks pretty good. Got a good look at Michael Keaton's Batman coming back. He looks too old. My God.
Oh my God, man.
This makes it even worse to believe that scene where he does that whole flip and superhero lands in that in the first trailer. That this I don't know. You see him. What are you thinking? You seen the trailer too?
Yeah, he does look old. You can't do nothing about that. He does obviously look. He's a very seasoned Batman. At this point, this is the point where I think, if you guys know the Batman Beyond animated series, when Bruce pulls a gun on someone because he's too weak to fight, and then he hangs up the cowl. That's the age I imagine Michael Keaton's Batman should be at. But the fact that he's still kicking, he's got to be on some steroids or some shit. He's got to be juicing.
This Batman been juicing, bro. So we're getting some good confidence, some honestly some great big balls from like WBD and Zaslav.
They're making a lot on this movie.
They are saying that this movie, like, we had Tom Cruise endorse it. Ben Affleck even said that it's fucking good, that he gives his best performance as Batman in there for the 5 minutes that he's on screen. The visuals look like they got cleaned up a little bit more from what I've seen. I know that lightning scene where it's going through his face, it looked kind of weird in the first trailer, so it looks like it's getting kind of polished up in this little teaser trailer. So hopefully in the next, even where Supergirl's like punching the rocket, that looked kind of a little bit better. I don't know, maybe we got to see a more HD full version of the trailer, but it's looking a little bit better with the CGI.
Yeah. This is what I was telling you though. Because you were being harsh as fuck on that shit.
I'm still not sure of this movie though.
No, but you were like, now you sound more confident and stuff now that it looks polished up. And I'm like, you were being harsh as fuck on that trailer for a first trailer.
That movie has been like wrapped up, videoed, and everything since 2021, 2022.
Oh, well,
the CGI should have been a lot better with that first trailer.
No.
There's no way that we're getting closer to the release date. And like I said, maybe that full HD version is gonna change my mind. Like I said, still skeptical about this movie. I don't know about it. I'm hoping that it's the hype that that people say it is, but oh man, I'm gonna have to wait to see those reviews. And when they showed this full film at CinemaCon, we're gonna get a lot of leaks. We're gonna get a lot of reviews, first impressions, all that stuff. So I'd say stay off the internet as much as you can, but at the same time, I will be reading those reviews because I need to know what they think about this movie.
I think it's gonna be good. I fully intend that this movie is gonna be really good. As much as everyone is promoting it and stuff, I have faith. This trailer it looks so good. The beginning half where it looked like he was running, that looked fucking sick.
Yeah, it looked pretty good, huh? Well, we'll have to wait and see. Still, I know you're excited for it. I'm gonna have to wait and see just a little bit longer, just a tad bit longer. Also, we also got word from DC's head himself, James Gunn, saying that first they wound up leaking on Collider, which is crazy. The full cast, or actually that Frank Grillo was going to be playing Rick Flag Sr. in Creature Commandos. Right after the Collider article came out, they wound up posting another exclusive on Collider, which was the full cast listing, and James Gunn basically came out and was like, Frank Grillo and basically did his own tweet about it. Okay. I don't. Before we get into what the casting was, I thought that was pretty weird. Because you see James Gunn trying to debunk these scoopers, right? And then you see somebody making an exclusive article about your people that you haven't announced yet. You just go ahead and announce it after they announce it. Like, wouldn't you have wanted to get ahead of them? Maybe that was a leak that he couldn't stop and he had to like close it up or whatever. The best way he thought. It just seemed like a lot of like, no, don't look over there. I'm telling you guys what it is. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the best they can do. You know what I mean? Because once the cat's out the bag, all you can really do is let the cat out the bag. You can just be like, oh, yep, it's true. This is it. I didn't see it. I don't know what this casting is. I don't know what this is. I just know that when it comes to marketing and scoopers and stuff, I don't know how scoopers do it. You got some real leaks in your business. I don't know what it is.
Well, you got people that are, right hand men, whatever, interns, whatever, that get a look and they sell a scoop, or they want to just get recognition or credit or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but man,
leaks happen. Disney has god awful a lot of leaks in there.
Disney and Marvel can hide good. They can do their best. They've been doing a lot better now. I think the worst was No Way Home.
Quantumania.
Oh, Quantumania did have their script leaked. But I don't really give a fuck about Quantumania. No Way Home had so many leaks and stuff.
Toby and Andrew.
But
that one was different.
Picture.
That was a Sony production. That was happening at the Sony lot.
That's not fair.
Yeah, because Sony and Marvel are two different things. So when they're making their Spider-Man movie, it's under the MCU still, but Sony is making that at their lot. They're not doing it at Marvel.
They hit Doctor Strange well.
They did.
I didn't hear a lick of that shit.
No, actually, I had seen the leak where they showed Black Bolt, what's her name, Captain America, female Captain America, the other Captain Marvel, and I forgot the roster. Oh, Reed Richards, obviously, and Professor X or whatever. No, but it was just that scene where Reed comes down and everybody's standing behind him and Wanda's on the other side. They showed a leak on that one. So there was leaks and everything for all those, but I'm assuming if you get caught by Disney, you're gonna be having a chat with the mouse. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
So DC's Creature Commandos. So the voice cast, and keep in mind, everybody, the voice cast will be translating to live action.
Yeah.
So whoever is going to be on this cast, they are going to be moving from here to live action and vice versa, depending on the project. So we got Frank Grillo as Rick Flag Sr. We also got David Harbour.
Anticipated that.
We got David Harbour as Frankenstein.
That makes sense.
Indira Varma as his bride.
Okay.
Alan Tudyk as Dr. Phosphorus.
Okay.
He plays the bot in Rogue One.
Okay.
Maria Baca as Lana Rostovic. Sean Gunn as G.I. Robot and Weasel. Zoe Chow as Nina Mazursky. And Steve Agee as John Ekamos. So Ekamos is going to be in this one too.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I hate that fucking character so much.
So, sounds perfect. And I told you this earlier, the only shitty part to me is hearing that Sean Gunn is playing two characters in this franchise, Weasel and the G.I. Robot. I'm like, bro, that's not going to help you with you're helping your friends out allegations. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to help anything. Granted, I understand Weasel doesn't really need a voice or anything. It's just him in a suit, like how he did with Rocket. But still, in my opinion, it's still kind of like, bro, why would you do that? And another character as well, G.I. Robot, and one of your first shows that are supposed to hit for your new DCU. I don't know, man. Just announce that Harcourt's in there already. Just tell me.
If Eskimo's in there, then yeah, I'd imagine she'll show up at some point.
Ichabod.
Yeah, whatever the fuck his name is, I don't give a damn. Well, it sounds like a good casting. Can't get mad at this one. I actually do like David Harbour, and obviously we did speculate that what's his name, Frank?
Yeah, Frank Grillo.
That he was gonna be
Rick Flag Sr.
Rick Flag Sr. So interesting cast. But yeah, his brother being two people is it doesn't help. It makes me very skeptical. Like, why would you do that? You know what I mean?
And honestly, Alan Tudyk as Dr. Phosphorus, I'm kind of down with that one. I don't know if you knew, but he was also in what's that show? Doom Patrol. He was in Doom Patrol too.
I think I heard about that.
Yeah, he was in. I don't know if you've seen the show, but he was in there too, and he did a fantastic job. I like him as an actor. I think he's really good. So I think he'll bring something very good to the cast. Frank Grillo as Rick Flag Sr. That's going to be an interesting mix too. And David Harbour, see, I already can't wait to see him as like a live action Frankenstein. That's gonna be cool. Imagine
that
him
sounds
like
nice.
bulky
Mhm.
with like the Frankenstein. Oh yeah, no, that's gonna be
That
good.
sounds dope.
I can't wait. We'll have to wait to see what happens next. Hopefully, we get little tidbits or little, little snippets from the show until it comes out. We don't know when it's happening yet, but this casting kind of makes me excited.
Yeah, it gives me some hope.
Yeah, something. You feel something, but then you hear that he casted his brother in 2 roles, and you're
And
kind
you're
of
like,
like,
well, damn.
So this one finally has legs, but you know what legs were taken right from under them? DC and James Gunn with another project. So I don't know if you heard, but the Rocka brothers, they're on YouTube. They're finally making big moves. They had a film that is actually being produced by A24 now. We're going to be watching a trailer for that pretty soon. They have a film, their directorial debut for A24. It's supposed to be great. So it apparently DC came to them and offered them a project. They didn't say what the project was, but apparently they turned it down. And this is their reason. They wound up saying it on one of their live streams. Right here. So they said on their live stream that the DC meeting went amazing. They offered us a project, but we decided not to go for it at the moment. We wanted to, but we just wanted to stick to our original material for the time being. But yeah, we'll see in the future. You never know. I'm keen to see what James Gunn does with his universe. I'm excited to see. Now, I think they're great. I don't know if you've seen them on YouTube before.
I've seen them on YouTube.
They do fucking good work, and especially they've been on YouTube since like early 2000s type shit, like when it was launching, and it's great to see how far they come to be able to actually be behind the director's chair and do all these crazy things. Being approached by DC, James Gunn himself, just to I would want to see what kind of project he offered them. We didn't get it. They didn't say anything that about the project. I would want to see the project, but at the same time, I'm glad they turned it down. I think right now DC needs experienced directors, and though I like their work and I think they're great, I have to see a couple of their films first to kind of see where they're kind of at. I think starting off straight with a superhero film, though they have done it on their YouTube before, they've done their own superhero stuff, whatever. I think it would just kind of be a big jump for them, and maybe they just need to crawl before they run. And I feel like a DC project would be running.
Yeah, maybe, but you know, these companies like to sort of dig their nails into up and coming people, and then force them to make the movie that they don't really want to make. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just so they can do big numbers while they also get the exposure. So win-win, if that makes sense.
Easy to manipulate in a way.
Basically, yeah. Which I'm sure, all good intentions aside, I'm pretty sure that's what DC was trying to do. James Gunn and them. I do want to know which project, because I'd imagine it was something where they can get very like brutal with it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, very good. It's kind of weird, in my opinion, that James Gunn went that low, because, like I said, I think that James Gunn should be looking for experienced directors who are gonna make these films great. That is gonna draw a big crowd and make everybody want to come and see them. Not necessarily be like, oh, we got a new DC project and the Rocka brothers are gonna be directed in, and everybody's gonna be like, who? You know what I mean? And they're gonna be like, well, go check them out. They're on YouTube. All they done is YouTube. It's gonna be a lot of like skeptical stuff. Whereas if you put a big name behind it, it'll probably, James Mangold doing Swamp Thing, that's gonna bring people in. You know what I mean? Because people know who he is. If the person that directed John Wick hops on one of them, that's gonna do big numbers. Imagine him, Chad Stahelski, doing a Deathstroke movie.
That would be nice.
Wow. But yeah, so like, he needs big directors that are, you know, gonna draw people in, and then maybe later on sprinkle in little directors, and maybe Rocka could be one of them, and you know, help them produce something good.
Yeah.
But for right now, I think they really need to stick to bigger talent.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. But even then, he's having trouble finding bigger talent too. So,
damn, you think that's why he went down there?
Well, no.
Not saying that they're low, but like, you think that's why he probably went down there?
Well, no,
too?
I think he went down there just because he wanted to find someone that he could easily be like, all right, just follow this. You'll get your name out there. It'll be a hit. You'll be on to your next thing. That's my headset with all the things with MCU, with James Gunn and DC. Like, they want people that will follow their accord to the letter. Like, yeah, you get creative freedom, but within this little sandbox. And you know, you don't want to do that. A24 gives range, you know. What I mean?
Yeah.
And like, they do horror stuff, but you get range to do horror stuff.
Exactly. But they gave them their directorial debut for a film that they've done before. It's called Talk to Me. It warns the consequences of communicating with the paranormal. That's what the movie is basically about. A24 will be distributing this. I guess they made this movie back in 2021, but they wound up getting a bigger budget, wound up redoing it, wound up performing it at the 2023 Sundance Festival. And it's going to be coming out in July 28th. So let's jump right in. Let's look at the trailer and let's see how far they come. You've seen them on YouTube. Let's see how far they come from that time.
Sure.
Have you seen the group chat? They're doing it again tonight. No. Please. It's my mom's Remembrance Day. I just want to forget about it.
Who's up?
I'll do it.
Cannot go for more than 90 seconds. Am I clear?
What happens after 90 seconds?
They'll want to stay. Light the candle to open the door. Blow it out to close it. Put your hand on it. Now say, talk to me.
Talk to me.
What did the hand feel like?
It felt amazing. I could see and feel everything on the other side. So my mom, she was trying to reach out. I'm here. Still been saying stuff.
You mean saying stuff?
What if we opened the door but we didn't shut it? Oh my god, they followed us!
I like him.
They're not gonna stop. They're never gonna stop!
They like you. Talk to me.
That looks good.
Yeah, what the fuck? That shit. Oh my god, that looked really good. Holy fuck.
Whoa. Yeah, these guys. They performed at the film dance. All right, so I still stand by my words. I think they still need a little bit, more. They look promising. That looked really good. That trailer looked really good. I would watch that in theaters. It looks fucking scary. A24 picking it up. There has to be something there, right?
Yeah, for sure. Oh man, that shit looked fucking. Eek. That shit gave me creeps just watching the trailer. Very rare that movies do that to me. A24 going crazy, and so are these brothers. So good luck to them for that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Go check out the trailer, guys. It's on YouTube. It's called Talk to Me. It's gonna be their directorial debut. Danny and Michael. Hopefully I don't butcher their. Excuse me. Hopefully I don't butcher their last name. Filippo's. Coming out July 28th. So check that out. We'll keep you guys updated. That one that one look good. Yeah. Another trailer. We're gonna be moving into trailer territory. We got a couple of them. We got a trailer for the spin-off, the 3-episode spin-off for The Continental, the John Wick spin-off called The Continental that will be premiering on Peacock. Haven't heard a lot from it. I've heard a few casts that are going to be in there. Heard John Wick might make an appearance in there. Not really a heavy cameo, but just, maybe like, hey, there he is kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Let's check out the trailer. Jump right in. Pretty soon. There's a lot more behind this though. Why? Oh, it's just a whole. Come check out these videos. Not really too much that they gave away in this trailer. A 3-part event. I'm assuming it's gonna be like an hour episode or something. Every single one. From the little synopsis that I've heard, it's just supposed to be about like the main dude getting to the head spot within the Continental and how it got to the prestigious place that it is now, kind of thing. So
it sounds nice. Yeah,
looks good. I highly doubt we're gonna see the amount of kills that we do in John Wick in this one. I think if we're gonna be looking for that, we're probably gonna see that in Ballerina, the Ana de Armas spinoff. Yeah, but this one seems like it might be just like a cool little like moving up to the top kind of show. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That shit looked really good though.
Yeah, not that bad. I really liked the how they put like the way the Continental looked, and then how it said from the world of John Wick. Mm-hmm. Very like it tells you like, hey, we're taking a chapter and we're showing you this from this kind of point of view. Looks good, nice. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah,
looks very good.
Liking it, very good. So now we also have the last and final trailer, which is the Marvel trailer. The Marvels got Brie Larson coming back. We're getting Monica Rambeau and Kamala. What's her last name? Kamala Khan. Yes. Yeah. They're gonna be coming out a trio. Now, Marvel hasn't really been on a good number, right? Kind of been really hitting and missing type shit.
Yeah.
So before we start this trailer, since we kind of already know what Marvel's been kind of producing, we kind of heard what happened with Victoria Alonso, the cleaning house and everything. What's your anticipation for this movie?
Well, with all that, and then obviously the first one and everything that's convoluted between the story, I don't know. I'm feeling very average, if that makes sense. Because Miss Marvel, I didn't really enjoy that too much. I wasn't the target audience for that. I liked Monica and WandaVision. And then the first Captain Marvel movie was kind of just... It was better than... a little better than decent, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
So it all kind of averages out. And as far as everything else, outside of that, who knows if this will even feel that effect of the fatigue. You know what I mean?
That's true.
This one and that's what I've been saying. This one and the Guardians are going to be the test.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. I'm kind of skeptical of Marvel. I feel like I vocalized that a lot. Let's just jump right in and we'll see what we come out with.
Captain Rambo?
Cyberspace.
What the hell are you doing?
Entering the jump point perimeter. I'm gonna get you some readings, Fury. Hello?
Monica.
Hello?
Captain Rambo?
Is this an Avengers test?
Where's Captain Rambo?
Oh, because of what happened in Miss Marvel? Ah, yeah.
What the?
Hi.
We're looking for Kamala Khan.
Okay, so our powers are entangled. I can manipulate light energy. And you, I could totally show you.
Not again!
Hi.
Where's our daughter?
Wherever you were.
We're a team.
Oh, no, we're not a team.
We're not a team.
All right, did that help or?
A little bit. It does look fine. It does look a little better than the first one. But yeah, no. Still kind of feels like just it'll be slightly above average.
Is it me or does it feel like Brie Larson just is taking a back seat in her own movie? I feel like we saw more Monica and Kamala.
A little bit, yeah. But maybe that's just how the trailer was. You know what I mean? So
I like Kamala. I think that she has like a genuine like funniness. What's her actual name? Iman Valari.
I don't know.
Iman Valari, I think her name is. She actually has like a genuine like humor. I think that was like a highlight for Miss Marvel, even though the rest of the show was kind of garbage. I think she has like that chops. I don't know. Now I know why Victoria Alonso was fired though. The CGI look at this. Look at the beginning. I was trying to look at it because, you know, spacesuits are hard to do. And look when she's moving.
I'm gonna get you some readings, Fury.
Look at her head.
Hello?
It's just. Did you see her head?
Yeah.
It just kind of like.
It like floats.
Yeah. What?
Like
and then
the frame rate is different.
And then look at this. Look when she does her hand. She didn't even like take her glove off. It just kind of like disappeared.
Oh yeah, that's weird. Why did you do that? Maybe could that have been purposeful and like she did that herself, or is that just bad CGI?
That's what I want to know. And if either which way, if she can just put her hand in space, what's the point of the rest of the suit?
I don't know.
That's kind of weird. And then there was another scene too that
I think what looked weird was Gus, the cat, or whatever the fuck his name was.
Oh, when it was doing the tongue thing, yeah. This part too, when she's kind of floating, but the humor kind of helped with it. I think that's kind of all the wonky CGI. I think when they were falling from the sky scene too was kind of like. Now there's one scene in particular. Kamala Khan is whooping ass in this movie too. This scene right here where she does like that little flip and everything. She whooping ass. Oh, this scene right here. It looked kind of weird. It was kind of a quick moment, but like it looked kind of weird too.
Well, let me find out that they didn't show Kamala's face at all in that scene. It's gonna be someone else. There's no way she's moving like that.
This one? Oh, when she does like the fighting. Let's see. I want to see Brie Larson's suit. Where are you? Right here. Oh.
I like that.
I kind of dig the suit.
Yeah.
I like that.
I liked it. I liked that better than when she showed up in Miss Marvel.
Yeah. Kamala's is kind of... Wait a minute. Why is she looking at something else than what they're looking at? Or am I tripping?
I don't know. I can't really see from over here. So what do you call it? I was just focusing on shiny.
Oh, that part looks clean. Look at this. Yeah.
Where?
Okay, there's some good and there's some bad in this. CGI wise, maybe that's just me because I have a thing where looking at CGI with Marvel now. One thing's for sure is when she does that fight scene where she like jumps on her little her power things or whatever and then goes over, it looks a lot better than what it did in the TV show. I'll say that much at least.
TV show budget.
Yeah.
It's different.
I know it's different. It's different. That being said about the television show thing, for me watching it feels weird because I seen her on TV with that kind of thing, and it feels weird to actually see the budget and the money and everything put together. If that makes sense.
All of it just changes.
Yeah. Just me, or do you think
a little
that's
bit? I see what you mean, because even Monica Rambeau's powers looked a little weird, or her abilities looked weird in the WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's just something they gotta differentiate.
Yeah,
they gotta differentiate.
They gotta
budget. Showed the budget.
They probably gotta like translate it better, huh?
Yeah.
So it's not so much of like a like what the fuck, like a weird mind flicker. Overall, I mean, walking into this trailer, I wasn't really. I think my anticipation level was like at a 4. I walk out of this trailer with like a good 6.5, 7.
Yeah, around there. Yeah, like 6 or 7.
Yeah,
it does look good. Definitely has the laughs and stuff. I just hope that it all comes out pretty well.
Yeah, I like Kamala Khan. I like her. She's funny. I think she's gonna be funny. And on top of that, it looked like there was one thing too that I know that everybody was saying, that Carol Danvers doesn't really have like personality. That in Captain Marvel she didn't have it, in Endgame or whatever. And it looks like they're giving her more of a like a funner vibe, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
With the whole you know what I mean, and then like her being underneath that one little suit and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I just think it just sucks that if she is being put towards the back, because even in the money shot, which is that one scene where they're in space, this one, even in the money shot, she's back here. That's the only thing that I'm kind of just like, I get her first movie was poorly received, but doing something like this, that's kind of...
Yeah, forcing her to take a back seat doesn't help much.
Yeah, because, don't get me wrong, I like Monica's character too, but to be honest, I'd rather see Brie Larson than see Monica.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Who knows? Maybe they'll pull a thing where they go out, knock out or whatever, and she has to just do her thing against the big bad. Who knows?
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Yeah, and they wound up putting a synopsis too now that the movie's coming out. So basically describing what the movie's going to be about. And the movie is going to be, it says, The Marvels, Carol Danvers, a.k.a. Captain Marvel, has reclaimed her identity from the tyrannical Kree and taken revenge on the Supreme Intelligence, but unintended consequences see Carol shouldering the burden of a destabilized universe when her duties send her to an anomalous wormhole linked to a Kree revolutionary. Her powers become entangled with that of a Jersey City superfan, Kamala Khan, a.k.a. Miss Marvel, and Carol's estranged niece, now Saber, astronaut Captain Monica Rambeau. Together, this unlikely trio must team up to learn to work in concert to save the universe as the Marvels. Sounds to me like Monica's gonna be that, come on guys, we gotta get it together. We gotta be a team. And Kamala's gonna be the comic relief, I'm just happy to be here. And then Brie Larson's gonna be the one where it's like, you need to shape up. We're not a team. You guys are following me, and you need to do what you got to do, and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's what I'm kind of getting from the synopsis, but I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. That doesn't really help me paint a big picture, other than the situation that's going to be happening. But I don't know how I don't know how their dynamic will be. If Monica ends up leading, I hope that's not true. I hope Captain Marvel leads. She'd have more experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So hopefully that isn't the case. But yeah, interesting stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I will say I for Kamala Khan, I think that this movie is gonna be really like good, and I think even though they tweaked their powers, I can't wait to see what they come up with next. Probably gonna have to analyze this trailer a little bit.
Yeah,
but like some of the CGI is bad, so maybe Marvel and Disney weren't too far off the marker with the whole Victoria Alonso thing, because till now they're still trying to do this. And on top of that, hearing that they're still going through reshoots is kind of like a weird thing too. So we'll have to wait and see what the final product looks like.
Yeah.
But that being said, that is going to be our last topic for this episode. All these trailers that we saw, they're on YouTube. Any of the HBO Max trailers, if there's, like I said in the beginning of the episode, if there's any that you guys want us to watch, review, any that you guys thought we should have talked about but we didn't, any movies that you want us to review, Josh, let them know where they can let us know.
Twitter, TikTok, Instagram at FilmBros Podcast. We post when new episodes are up, and you can engage with us freely if you want to listen to us on the go. Spotify and Apple Podcast at FilmBros Podcast. If you want to support us in a big way, Zippy Stream at FilmBros Podcast. All it takes is his name and an email. And if you want to go ahead and hit us up on YouTube as well, subscribe at FilmBros Podcast.
Yeah, and with that being said, don't forget to like, subscribe to our YouTube, and hit the notification bell, because we will be putting out videos pretty soon.
Yeah.
With that being said, talk to you guys on the next one.
Talk to you guys later.